school was really rough for me. I took a wrong turn somewhere in between the middle of sophomore year and started physically fighting all the time and was expelled from high school. I went back a couple times. I did it for like a month or two, and then I quit. I got pregnant with my now 16-year-old daughter. So I left school and said I'll do it later so I can take on a full-time job, and I did. I worked about 70 hours a week in a restaurant serving tables to support her. Baby 2, baby 3, baby 4 came along, and it just all kind of happened fast. I lied about having my high school diploma so I could have a job and support my children, but it never felt right. I always felt like I wasn't exceeding as far as I could have because I was always scared they were gonna find out. Like, they're gonna find out, so I don't want to go after this position, or I don't wanna do that, because if they look deeper into it, they're gonna realize I'm not a high school graduate. When my son was tragically injured 4 years ago, I felt like everything just shifted in my life. It was very tragic. We're lucky to still have him. Antonio is a gunshot victim to the head at 9 years old. Life shifts and it changes when something tragically happens. And it changes you. At that point, I knew that I needed to change. You kind of think of everything you're doing wrong in your life and wondering if that's a telltale why it's happening. So I knew then it was time to like straighten up and do right by them and to give them more, especially with his needs. So I came in here and it was probably like the same thing. I probably would have done it for a couple months and then just given up, but it was different here. The people were different. They gave me a chance. They didn't see the rough girl. They saw somebody else. So that's kind of what made me keep going. My first interaction was Joanne, and she is phenomenal. She's like the cheerleader of my, like the best cheerleader you can ever imagine. Every time I was kind of giving up, and I think she knew it, I'd get a text or I'd get a call and be like, where you at? What are you doing? You know, she never gave up on me. And I'm so used to people giving up on me that I just figured it would happen again and whatever. But it was different here. I couldn't ask for a better staff to keep me going because that's all I needed was that push. I always got to the finish line, but I never stuck my foot over it. I went backwards. And this time everybody just kind of helped push me over it and show me that I was more than the girl that I once was. I'm just so excited to kind of, again, push myself and be the best I can be and give back. People gave back to my child and they didn't know who he was, and I want to give back to somebody else's.